Hey boys and girls, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson save and at Newcastle United. And yeah, lots to get through today. Roundup of a couple of games since we last met. We've got the first game, as you can see on screen, against Arsenal away at the Emirates. And then we come back to St James's Park for a massive game against Bayer Leverkusen. 0-0 from the first round, or first leg, sorry. And yeah, having to hold on to that clean sheet and hopefully score a few goals at home. If you are enjoying the series, remember, hit that thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and follow it with a little bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. So these next three matches that we've played since we played that Bayern game, been really focusing on the tactics and just trying to get the most I can out of the forward line, because something's happened with the game, whether it's had a patch or something like that. But yeah, not getting too many clear-cut chances from the front three. So we played Everton at home 2-1. Michael Keane with an own goal on the 13th minute. Fettiart with a minute to go from the penalty spot. Big pressure from for the young German, and he put it away. Tom Davies scored with 10 minutes to go, and I thought it was going to be a 1-1 draw, but actually Fettiart stepping up. Dave has a party. The YouTuber just getting himself sent off 2 minutes before the end of time, which basically allowed us to score from the penalty spot. Unfortunately for Dave, he made us win at that game. Tottenham were next up, 1-0 winners there. João Teixeira scoring a goal for us. But as you can see from both games, very, very low ratings, whether it's a form thing, whether it's just a formation thing or a roles thing or a tactical thing. Been trying absolutely everything to get something out of the forward line. And then we went to Swansea, went to the Liberty Stadium, and Fettiart again, goal scoring saviour, 92nd minute, getting us another set of 3 points. And yeah, really are struggling with the tactics at the minute. This is how the league looks. We're 9 points clear of Chelsea and Arsenal. Liverpool another 5 points behind them, so but they do have 2 games in hand on some of the on Chelsea above us. United further back by a point, and then Everton 44, City 42, Tottenham way back down in 12th. So yeah, tricky times at St James's Park for us. This is going to be the lineup that's going to go in this game against Arsenal. As you can see, a little bit of a change up. We have been playing the 4-3-3 and we've been playing the isometric as well in those 3 games. Just really trying to switch it up as much as we can, just to see what works, what doesn't work, and possibly get a formula for formation and tactics and stuff. So this is how we're setting up against Arsenal. We're going Rakitic in goal. Dodo, Polconi, Zagadou and Bellew are the back line. Van Zanten's just about coming back to full fitness, and Bolo is back imminently. We've got Meyer and Teixeira in the middle of midfield. We've got a deep line playmaker and a box-to-box midfielder in there. We've got 2 inside forwards now instead of wingers. We've got David Neres on the right, Marin on the left, with Madison as an advanced playmaker in behind, Fettiart as a complete forward. On the bench, Enrique, Aya, Zagadou, Adolfo, Bastoni, Shelvey and Gray. In position, that's pretty much stayed the same. In transition, stayed the same as well. All we've done is just knock down the standard and use the offside trap, and just gone a little bit more compact in both sides of the possession-based tactic there. So let's get into it. Let's submit this team to go into a game against Arsenal, hopefully come away with a positive result. You saw me show you the lineup before the Arsenal game, and for some reason the audio was absolutely atrocious. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this audio is better than that one. We did go on and beat Arsenal 3-1, as you can see here. Teixeira, Madison and Arp scoring the goals, with Gomez scoring the goal for them. This is how the league looks. We're a massive 12 points clear of Chelsea and Arsenal. All 3 teams have played the same amount of games. Liverpool still got 2 games in hand, and I think Spurs have got quite a few games in hand as well, so they can rocket themselves up further on in the league. But sorry for the technical difficulties with the Arsenal game, but we'll bring you Leverkusen in this episode. Right, second go of it. Here we go. Checked OBS and the settings seem to be absolutely fine, so fingers crossed this one will come out okay for you. But with the lack of Arsenal footage, we do have the youth candidates coming through, and if we get through this one, this game, we've also got the Champions League draw to bring you, as well as the FA Cup game against Stoke, and if we get through that, the FA Cup draw as well. So still lots to bring you in this episode. Do apologise for the technical difficulties of that Arsenal game. So let's have a look at the youth candidates first. And as you can see, good potential here. David Thorpe, 1-star ability, can be a 4.5-star potential winger or a striker. And he is left-footed, so he could play on that left-hand side. And as a striker, though, he's not the greatest. He needs a lot of work in most of the areas, both mentally and technically. But David Thorpe is up there. We've also got Jack Harrison, attacking midfielder, who can also play slightly deeper as well. And yeah, a good option to have. Again, 1-star current, 4-star potential. And then the last one to show you, Derek Marshall, 1-star current and 3.5-star potential goalkeeper. Wow, he looks really good. Good one-on-ones, good reflexes, good handling, good command of area. He could be fantastic. Only 16 years of age, and he could be one for the future. Say we're going to be here until we either we reach the end of the years in this save, or we win the treble. That's the last thing we need to tick off in this challenge, and we've got until like 2030 something to do that. So all in all, Derek Marshall could be one for the future. That is the youth candidates, and this is the team that's going to go up against Leverkusen in this game. Say 0-0 from the first leg, and we need a good, strong winning margin to get through to the next round. We've got Rakitic in goal, Dodo, Poconi, Zagadou and Bellew keep their places in the side, as do Maya and Teixeira. And Bolo comes back in on that right hand side. We just dropped David Neres down to the bench. Madison in behind Fetiarp and Marin on that left hand side. And yeah, all in all, let's submit that team. Let's go into this one and hopefully get through to the next round of the Champions League. Corner early on for Leverkusen. Weiser into the back post. Madison gets that ball clear, but Davis picks the ball up. Back post again. Teixeira. It's a poor effort to get the ball clear, and it pinballs back to Davis. And Bula's there. Jovic is there, and Luka Jovic, a striker of his calibre, should be putting that away and putting us 1-0 down after 7 or 8 minutes. And we got the other end, and it's a throw-in. Marin cuts it back to Teixeira, cuts inside. Can he go for a goal? He can, but the shot is tame and straight at Lantes. Corner again for Leverkusen. Weiser into the back post, but Rakitic comes out and claims really, really well. And we're starting from the back. Bellew into Maya. We've got players out left and right, but goes to Madison, who goes on a little bit of a run, and luckily we get the break and it falls to Marin. Madison again out to Brilliant Bolo, driving down that right hand side, taking on his man, rebounds back to Dodo. Madison again cuts inside himself, goes for a shot, and it whistles past that left hand post, and say nearly taking the lead inside the first 20 minutes. Corner, Madison whipping that ball in after the back post, and Arp scores. He scored one against Arsenal, and he scored one here against Leverkusen with 10 minutes to go in this first half. Madison drilling that ball to the back post, and Arp gets above his man. Lantes gets a hand on it, but not strong enough. 1-0 Newcastle. Madison again pinged it into the back post. Arp's there, rebounds back down, but looks like it's going to be a foul, and the referee's going to VAR to see if he's going to give a penalty. Danny Olmo is the man who gave away, I think it was either a handball or a push, and the referee's coming back out just before half-time yet again, and just after we'd scored our first goal. It looks like Brilliant Bolo back into the side today after his long-term injury can put us 2-0 up here. Embolo, yes he does. He sends the keeper the wrong way down the middle. 2-0 to Newcastle. But highlight straight after we've scored, and it hopefully won't go to Leverkusen. Sosa on this left-hand side into Van den Beek, and Grealish into Danny Olmo, gave away that penalty. They're moving the ball around really well here are Leverkusen. Alphonso Davies driving inside, but 2 men taking him down. Madison again, a little bit of time and space to work his magic, goes out to Marin. He drives down that left hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can't. He gets tackled by Weiser, and they get the ball forward to Jordi and Bula. Fast flowing match, this one, going from end to end. Luka Jovic in on goal, hits the post, and Dodo should get that ball clear. Great counter-attacking football from both sides, and we're not done yet in this first half. Zagadou on that left hand side. We're starting from the back into Marin again. A little bit of time and space. Lovely ball over, lovely effort over the top, but couldn't get there. The defender did really well. Zagadou heading above Luka Jovic, and they're pressing us well up from the front. Madison again getting that ball through to Embolo into Madison, but Olmo tracking back and doing his defensive duties for his team. They try and lift the ball forward to Jovic, but Zagadu's there and Teixeira picks up the ball. Marin on that left-hand side. Can he get the ball into the far post? He can. Brilliant Bolo's there. It's his second goal of the game. 3-0 now, the deficit from this first half, and we're going to go into half-time with a fantastic lead. Teixeira just knocks that ball out to Marin. Marin then just dinks this ball in, and Bolo coming in from that right-hand side. Defender nowhere near him, and it's 3-0 Newcastle. Weiser into the middle. Turanga's there. Bellew off the line. Grealish is there to knock it back in, and it's 3-1. They've pulled one back. 4 goals in this first half. A fantastic game of football for the neutral. Weiser whips this ball in. Turanga gets the ball over Rakitic. Bellew knocks it off the line, and Grealish is there to put it in. 3-1. They've got the away goal, and that could be a massive goal for them. Whew, and we breathe. What a first half of football that is in this second leg against Leverkusen. Makes up for the mess of that Arsenal game with regards to the audio. Celtic winning 2-0 at Celtic Park against Lyon. Silla and Pineda scoring the goals there, and they're 2-1 on aggregate. We're 3-1 on aggregate. If it keeps the same, we go through to the next round. I'm just going to tell the guys, don't get complacent. We need to make sure we keep focused. Things can turn around quite quickly. Let's get back out there for the second half. 20 minutes to go. Dodo trying to find the ball into Embolo. Maya being pressed, finds Teixeira. Teixeira back into Embolo. Back to Shelby now, on for Maddison in the second half. Dodo, Embolo, quick play from Newcastle, but it gets blocked, and Davis on the counter-attack. He's got that pace to burn. Finds Jordi Mbula in that back line. Jordi Mbula tries to get the ball through to Luka Jovic and can't squeeze it through. We get the ball out to Fetiarp. Embolo now, another counter-attack. Fetiarp, can he find the ball through to Teixeira? Takes his man on and looks like he's been brought down on the edge of the box. 15 minutes to go. Again, first highlight of this second half, and it's gone both ways for both us and Leverkusen. And Edison Alvarez is the man that's been penalised for this one. And Teixeira been brought down, and it's been brought down just outside the box. It will be a free kick, and I think Alvarez is going to get a booking as well for his troubles. But great counter-attacking moves from both teams. Been a fantastic second leg. Better than the first leg. Shelby steps up. Can he get it up and over? He can't. Hits the wall. Comes back to John Joe Shelby, and he makes it 4-1 with 15 minutes to go. Fantastic awareness, really, from John Joe Shelby. Fires back to him at a rate of knots. Back off the wall, and he just pings it straight into that far corner. Keeper no chance. 4-1 Newcastle. And there we have it. Full time whistle goes. A really good first leg. 0-0 has set us up, really, to be fair, for this 4-1 win against Leverkusen. Up Embolo with a brace, and John Joe Shelby 15 minutes from time wrapping the game up. And Brilliant Embolo coming back from his injury layoffs, playing 90 minutes and scoring an 8.9 average rating on the game. 2 goals for him. Fantastic performance. Let's see who we get in the next round of the Champions League. Here we go then, quarter-final draw of the Champions League. Let's see who's left in the hat. We've got Celtic, Liverpool, Napoli, PSG, Juve, United and Real Madrid. So actually, out of all of those, Celtic and Napoli are the ones that you're looking at. Don't really want either of the English teams or the big teams in Paris Saint-Germain, Madrid and Juve. Let's draw the next team. Celtic come out of the hat and they play PSG. Huge night at Celtic Park for that one at Celtic. Real Madrid will play Liverpool. Massive game in that one. I say the Champions League final a couple of years ago in real life. We will play against United. It's an all-English tie. We go. They come to us first, and then we go to Old Trafford. We played some big games against United already this year. I think we haven't actually beaten them this year at all. 3-3 draw. Humdinger of a game. Last episode, or the episode before that, 2 first half hat-tricks from Adolfo and Maricardi, and then we lost to them at Old Trafford 2-1. Betty Arp scoring the goal there, but if it goes the same way, we will go out of the Champions League. That comes up probably in our next episode. We'll bring you back-to-back Champions League games against United in tomorrow's episode before the weekend. So how action-packed that game against Leverkusen was, we are just going to leave it at that today. And then we'll bring you Stoke Middlesbrough, all the roundup of Stoke Middlesbrough and Brighton before the Champions League quarter-final against United. Home tie first, and then we go away to Old Trafford a few weeks later. But thank you very much for your patience today with all the technical issues that we've had today. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. If you're new around here and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, follow it up with the bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. And until next time, I'll see you soon.